What is going on, you guys? How are you all doing today? Hope you guys are doing fantastic as always. Today we've got my buddy Germ's BMW 135i N54. This car is insanely fast, but unfortunately it is currently broken. So we're going to be fixing it today by replacing with a new set of Precision Raceworks ignition coils. Let's get right into this video. So as you guys can see, Germ's 135i is pretty badass. It's pretty sleeper, aside from these 335 IS wheels on the car. One thing that's really cool is you get the 6-piston calipers with the oneers, and then you get 2 pistons in the rear. This thing looks really sweet. He actually hasn't driven this car in like over a week because it's just been down, waiting on the new ignition coils. But I'm gonna go ahead and open the door. Red interior, of course. 6-speed manual transmission, definitely the way to go. And just like me, full rear seat delete. So definitely a very, very clean build. If you guys are wondering what the mods are on this car, it is full bolt-ons with upgraded intercooler, charge pipe, intake, downpipes, just the usual stuff, tuned on MHD with E60. So there's an upgraded low pressure fuel pump that this car has, and it's really fast on stock turbos. Should be putting out well over 440, 450 horsepower to the wheels, I'd say. So with these Precision Raceworks N54 coils, they are a little bit different than the standard BMW ignition coils. If you're running a car that is under heavy power or a high tune, such as Germ's car, definitely recommended to do these just because they can handle the extra power. Each coil pack is right here. They look a little different than the OEM ones, and I'm still learning what some of the differences are as well. Germ was explaining to me just earlier, but each coil pack has its own distributor, for lack of a better term. This is pretty neat, seeing this, and it sort of mounts onto this rail right here, each coil, that we're going to somehow get onto the car. So I'm just going to be following Germ's guidelines and or guidance, and we're going to get this installed. But this is really, really cool. Definitely something for a lot of N54 owners that I think they should look into. So just our luck, it started pouring rain. It's like dumping rain right now, and it's pretty loud, so I apologize if the sound of the rain is overpowering my voice. But these Precision Raceworks coils come on a rail with their own individual distributor cap, or I don't really know what it's called, but basically we're going to be assembling this rail, and we're going to be showing you guys how to do this first. You're going to take this individual distributor, and then you're going to put it in one of the spots that come with the rail. So the logo is going to be facing up. You're going to insert it like this, and then you're going to have one of these bolts that slides in right through the top. From there, you're going to take one of these nuts that it comes with in the hardware package, and you're going to place the nut through the bottom of the bolts. And we're going to be showing you guys how to do that and how to get this rail assembled. This is probably the most work that you're going to be doing throughout this install. Real quick, just to illustrate my point, as you guys can see the way that Germ has been installing these, you're going to take the bolts and you're going to slide it through the top. The logos are going to be facing up on the rail, and then from there you're going to secure it with the nut at the bottom on both sides. And we're going to be tightening all these down once we get the rest of them in there, and that's how you're going to assemble the rail for the coil pack. So the next step, once we've assembled everything, you're going to want to tighten down all the nuts. This is a 10mm socket that you're going to need to be using, so we're just using this ratchet right here, as you can see. That will complete the assembly of the rail, and from there we will move on to the rest of the coil pack installation for these Precision Raceworks N54 coils. By the way, if any of you guys are curious and want to follow Germ's build on Instagram of his N54 135, because believe me, this is just the beginning of this wild build. Follow him on Instagram at germ_E36. I'll leave a little thing up to it right here. Follow him on Instagram. He posts a lot of sweet content on this car and just a bunch of other cars. Once you assemble the rail, you're gonna take these coil pack wires that the kit comes with and you're gonna want to insert them into the right side connector, just like how Germ is doing, with these little tabs being placed on the right or on the top, depending at the angle that you're coming from. That's gonna be your next step for all 6. So the next step on this install that we're gonna be doing is there's 2 10mm bolts, one right here, one in the back near cylinder 5 or cylinder 6 right there where my finger is at. You're gonna need to remove those, and from there you're gonna move all this wiring out of the way. And using these wiring harnesses that the kit comes with, you're gonna wanna loom the wires through them, and from there we will proceed to finish up the rest of the install for these coils. So next up, it's kind of hard to see on camera, but there's gonna be these little sensor clips that you're gonna have to remove. One of them is in between cylinder 2 and 3, and the other is right where Germ's hand is. It's right between cylinder 1 and 2. We're gonna need to be unplugging those as well. Now once you've completed that and gotten everything else out of the way, you're gonna wanna start removing the actual factory coil packs, or the OEM ones that are in your car. So to do that, really easy, just for demonstration purposes, all you're gonna wanna do is lift up on this plastic tab right here, as so. This sensor is gonna come out, you're gonna pull the sensor out, and that's it. That's gonna release the coil pack. From there, you just need to pull up on the coil itself, or you could take like a wrench or an extension through this and pull it up. You might need to use a little bit of force, but the coil should come right out. So for a lot of you guys with N54s, there might be in your engine bay a good amount of plastic already that's sort of covering a lot of this stuff. You're going to need to remove that if you want to access the ignition coils like number 5 and 6 especially. So what Germ is doing, he's already removed most of this stuff. He doesn't run it in the engine bay, but this cabin air filter you're gonna need to take out. I think it's like, what is it, an 8mm?
It's an 8mm, yeah.
Yeah, so there's gonna be 4 8mm bolts, 2 on each side. You're gonna want to remove that and free up all the other space. If you don't know how to do that, there's like a million videos out there on how to remove that stuff. It's really easy. Shouldn't take any more than like 5 to 10 minutes. And that's going to give you access to pull out the rest of the ignition coils to get on with the install. So once you got your coils out, all you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna start taking these wires out of the little harness. They have these little clips that sort of hold them in. You just pull on them. And then there's, right there where Germ has the screwdriver, there's a little like bracket harness thing, clip. So you're gonna have to put the screwdriver inside it, and then you're gonna press down and out on it. And it's like a clip. And that basically pulls this little piece out, the cover for it. And from there, that frees it up. You're gonna be able to rearrange and have some room to work with to get the wiring out of the way. And then, so as you guys can see, once you've done all that, there's gonna be some zip ties like right here. And what you're gonna need to do is just take some sort of cutters. We just have these little like garden things or whatever, wire cutters. And you're just gonna need to clip them to free them out. Basically, because you need to remove those. We no longer need those since we're going to be looming everything anyway. So now that we've undone the zip ties and everything, as you can see, the whole wiring assembly is going to start to pull up, and we've essentially freed it up. So this is going to all start to make a little more sense now that you can see that, how that works. So now there's going to be this loom right here. You're going to need to remove the clips on it. As you can see, there's little tabs right where Germ has his fingers, and you're just gonna have to basically pull up. You're probably gonna want to use a flathead to loosen the clips, and from there that will allow the harness itself to come undone. So next up, now that we've removed the plastic cover that surrounds this wiring harness, what we're gonna do is we're ready to loom it. So you're gonna want to take the smaller of the 2 wiring looms. So there's this one, and then there's a larger diameter one. This is the one that we're going to be using for now, the smaller one. And then from there, you're going to want to align it with the wires, as Germ is about to do right now. Forgive us, it's kind of hard to see. It's hard to get a good camera angle in there. Once you've taken the wiring loom around the wiring harness, and you've gotten around there successfully, you're going to want to take some electrical tape, and you're going to want to wrap it around the ends. As you can see, I'm trying to get the camera in there as best as I can, but Germ is currently wrapping the exposed section of the wire with some electrical tape, and obviously the reason you're going to do that is to protect the wires. With these Precision Raceworks coils, one thing about them is they're not like a direct swap where it's sort of like plug and play. It is plug and play, but you do have to tune these coils. Now with MHD, if your car is already tuned or flashed using MHD, it already has a preset for the Precision Raceworks coils that you can use to get the car flashed and get the coils coded in, and then from there we should be able to start up the car. Hopefully everything will be good and no issues or anything. So we're gonna go ahead and do that now. Current maps, and then from there, manual transmission. So under the options, when you're about to flash your map, after you choose your transmission setting, you're gonna go ahead and go up to the options and you're gonna wanna check Precision Raceworks Coil Kit is installed. That way it'll know when it's flashing the DME that now it's got a new set of coils in there. Looks good. Oh yeah, bro. That's how it's done. Good stuff. So it looks like the car is running pretty good so far. Car sounds really, really good. It's really fast too. It's after 1 week just sitting there. Absolutely crazy. Alright guys, so that is going to do it for the N54 Precision Raceworks coil pack install. As you guys might be able to hear, the injectors on this car are really, really loud. They're making a lot of ticking, so probably the next thing up on the list is to replace those with Index 12 since the original injectors are still on this car. But so far, running fine. Idle is smooth, much, much better than before. And I think we won't really ever have to worry about coil packs on this car now that the Precision ones are in.